Welcome, it's Tiffany here. I wanted to give you a little behind the scenes of how I have my social calendar scheduled out so you can see how I use it in Trello. And Trello is one of the systems I use. I am particular to different systems for different things, and that might just be my OCD, but I wanted to go ahead and show you how I have Trello. So I don't have a lot of things in Trello because I don't really do a lot of things with Trello, but you'll notice that I have different boards. So I have personal boards, biz boards, Learn, and I share one with Local Mom Scoop. And basically, these are boards that you could use with teams. So your personal boards it just has that one little guy because these are just your boards. And then you can create new team boards to basically divide things up and to add people to them. So that's the purpose of them, is to add teams, but I like to be more organized. So I just created team boards to set everything up separately so I can use them in that way. And then eventually, if I needed to share something with someone, I can do that easily and not have to worry about them seeing anything that I might have personally. So under the biz section, obviously, I keep my business stuff there. I have a social calendar board. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And from here, you'll see that I have different boards in here. I have LinkedIn tools. That's just a topic. Stop the Chaos 3-Day Challenge, or Unchallenge, as I like to call it, is right here. I have other random posts, and then I have all of my old Instagram posts over here. So if I want to go back and repost them using them for Facebook or LinkedIn or something else, I could use them here. You'll notice I don't have Facebook because basically all of these Instagram posts, or about 90% of these Instagram posts, were also posted on Facebook with the same exact content. I'm not loving Facebook right now, so I'm not focusing on them. And some of the posts over here that I'm going to be posting to LinkedIn are actually old posts from Facebook that I'm just reusing. Obviously, I have changed some things on them because I don't think everything you post on Facebook should be posted on LinkedIn, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm just going to show you what I do basically is I go ahead and I have a board here. So I'm going to actually scroll over and I'm going to add a one here. So let's just, for an example, we'll use Facebook, and I just title it, and then I'm going to add a card. So if I add a card, I can write whatever I want. So let's say we're going to make a post for April. So I'm going to put April 10th and the date, because I don't really know what I'm going to post in that right now. And, I want to make one for the next day, etc. You can do this in a couple of different ways. You can create the content first and then use this as your holding place or your organizing spot, or you can basically use this as a content creation place. So say you're going to do a whole list on organizing. So I just made another list here called organizing, and I'm going to add a card. And let's say we're going to organize our Google Calendar. So I've gone ahead and I wrote Google Calendar, and all I did was click on the name and it opened the card, or the back of the card. And so I can add a description here and I can save that. I can add a comment, and the comment can be just text. It can be an attachment from any of these places. You can mention a member. So if you are working with a team, you can use the @ symbol, just like if you were using a social media account. You can add an emoji, and you can add another card to this as well. And then you can also do all of these other things here. Members, labels, you can add a checklist, a due date, and attachments again. You can move, copy, subscribe, and archive the card as well. So with all of that being said, basically what I do is I write the description. So I'm going to scroll back over here to this LinkedIn post and click on it. So you'll notice in the description, I have what my post says right here, and I have the attachments. So the first attachment that you add will become the cover photo, or you can go ahead and change it and say remove cover photo, or make this one a cover photo. I didn't like the dark, so I went with the light, but that's all I have on this card. So you can see that I have the different images added to the back of it, and I have the description. So when I'm ready to go ahead and post this on LinkedIn, all I have to do is click on this, copy this description, and I know that this is the image right here and the name of the image, that all I have to do is get it off of the computer and or my phone or wherever I'm posting this from and add that right onto my post, and there it is. I didn't have to think about it. I just had to go in and post it. And that's the first post, and then I have the second post and the third post and the fourth post, and then this is the fifth post. So this basically is going to go out for the next week in LinkedIn, and that's what I'll be using. I also have tool posts that I went ahead and started writing. I went ahead and I posted that one. So if there is a date, then that means that I have posted it. And then for this one, this list here is from, like I said, from the Stop the Chaos 3-day experience, which I did, or I started back in December, and I had a run through there. So every once in a while, I'll want to go back in and repost about it and have people sign up for it, because it's basically one of my evergreen opt-ins that'll always be there. And then I have some other random posts, and like I said, I also keep track of all my Insta posts. So I have all of the posts from March and all of the posts from February, and then prior to that, since I was actively working on my Instagram, obviously. And then over here we have what we just added. So you can do whatever you want with any of the Trello boards, but this is kind of how I handle the social calendar. These all right now are actually pretty much done for the most part, except for maybe this tools one. But if I was going to go ahead and, like, I'm going to add other random posts, I would go ahead and say, add a card, and whatever the idea is, or say I have some quotes I want to add, I would go ahead and I would add the written content first, and then create the image. Or actually, let me take that a step back, because what I would first do is obviously brainstorm what I want to talk about, and then the next step would be writing out the description or what I'm going to post, and then the third step would be creating the actual image that I'm going to post along with it. That would be the last step, because obviously you need all of the ideas to create your image first or last. And then that's it. And then I would go ahead and I would add it in here, and you can go ahead and upload it whenever you're ready to do so, and you'll go ahead and see it. So like March 1st, I can click on this. This was the image that I posted, and this is what I wrote, which is very, very small because I was talking about my Plan With Me workshop. And that's it. So I hope this helps you and gives you a couple of ideas on how to go about making a content calendar for your social media. There's many different ways to do it, and this to me is more of a visual way, which I like to see things visually when I am creating them, and that's what makes Trello great. Trello is really great for the people who like to see things more visually than in just a list. And just to show you real quick, if you've never used Trello, basically you make a free Trello account, and you would have already a board set up for you. But say I'm just going to create a board, and let's title it example. I'm going to put it in no team, so that means it's a private board, and it's going to pick that image, and it's working on it, and here it is. And so typically a Trello board is based off of using the Kanban method, which is working on I did that wrong. In process would be working on, done or completed would be your last one, and to do. So basically you would have your step 1, step 2, and step 3. Or this is, I'm just using this for an easy example. Say you need to be working on step 1. You've gone ahead and you started step 1. Okay, once you've completed it, you would move it into done. Then you would work on step 2. While you're working on step 2, all your content's here. When you're done, you move it over. Basically, the whole point is that everything is in like a 3-step process, and you go from idea, creation to completion. And that's basically, in a very short nutshell, very small nutshell, of how the Kanban method is and how Trello is built in that way. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is Tiffany from T. Donor & Associates, helping busy entrepreneurs make business easier. Have a great day.